From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Yellow, 180!
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only the controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. From the 44, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Being chased, and he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down.
Hey, 15. Check back 40. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's go.
3rd and long. It's Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Kenny Young with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Now Jackson, he may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Well, early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. The 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the pitch comes to Ingram. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. They're moving the football with relative ease on this drive.
Well, let's go ahead and tick off the numbers. 3rd play of the drive, 3 first downs. Yeah, I would say that's relative ease. Keep feeding him the ball. He's hungry.
Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. They toss to Ingram, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. This one complete to Ingram. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. And now here comes Kansas City. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 38. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Finds Roberts left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we... And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now here's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. 27 yards there, a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like, there he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and got the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You got 3 down.
Mahomes to throw once more. Well, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Here we go,
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And going deep for, this is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his left. He finds it open. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. Caught right side at Snead. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with it.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sets.
Yeah.
Punt it away.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Check 41. I got one.
On 1st down, Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. That is caught by Williams for a Chiefs touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Now it's Mahomes again, dancing to his left. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession. So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. It's Jackson out to his left. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Now Jackson, they'll roll him out right. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Jackson flushed out right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
They'll run here with Ingram, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. 5 yards on the touchdown run, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he is into the end zone. The conversion attempt is good. And that'll give him an 8-point lead here in the 4th. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at about the 32. Working from the gun, Mahomes forced out to his left. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Chris Wormley in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes.
I think normally we would...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 79 yards. And the Chiefs are a two-point conversion away from tying this thing up.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a two-point conversion away from tying this game up. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Let's go now. Let's get that home.
Jackson on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Frank Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Jackson now. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting it.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Check 9, check 9.
15.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. To throw, it's Mahomes, buying time to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they'll just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards there, first down. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hey, 57.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40, Mike 40.
Back to throw, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Kenny Young able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Eluding the pressure right. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Throwing now is Mahomes, being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game-tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They fake the give. Now Mahomes dancing to his left. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes, well, they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.